But yeah, so I'm about to chow. Wait a second. Y'all, I've been so hungry all day.
Honestly, believe, man. Wait, hold up. What the fuck? Yeah. People switch. That's why I don't trust people these days. That's what's up. Now I'm up. Oh, I get it. That's the reason why you fuck with me.
What is up, guys? Cole Lawson here. I'm back with another video. You already know. If you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, share, do that whole, social media thing. Make it work in my favor. But hello, I hope you guys are all having a really great day. So I was mini vlogging before this, because I'm still trying to get the hang of the whole vlog thing. It's kind of hard, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, so I'm doing a mukbang today, and I'm gonna talk about a very pressing issue, and well, maybe not very pressing, but it's a big topic right now. Spirituality versus religion. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it because I grew up very religious. But first, let me tell you guys what I'm eating. So, I'm having FATBURGER, and I know some of you guys are like freaking out, like, oh my god, you're vegan, why are you eating FATBURGER? It is vegan. So, FATBURGER has the Impossible Patty. The Impossible Patty is plant-based, and I don't have any mayo on here or any relish because I don't like either one of those. And I got some sweet potato fries, and I got some of these little pepper things because I like that little spice and a little tang. I'm here for it, okay? But yeah, see, it says Impossible on here, so y'all know I'm not bullshitting y'all. And then I also have a beer because why not?
I don't trust them. I don't love them. I don't trust them. People switch. That's why I don't trust people these days. Maybe that's the reason I got trust issues these days.
Honestly, I can get used to talking to this camera because the camera don't talk back. Dead ass. I mean, granted, I like people to talk back sometimes, but sometimes I just be liking to talk my shit by myself. Okay, that's all. But yeah. So let me take a bite of this. Y'all, the Impossible Burger fucking every time. God, was this you? I hear you. I feel like God's spitting this. You feel me? It's so goddamn good. I don't recommend doing that if you don't like spicy food. Okay. Spirituality versus religion. Let's get into it. So, let me take a drink. And I just want to let y'all know, y'all get the real tea. Y'all get the real me. This ain't no bullshit. Ask any of my friends. This is just exactly how I am every day. I like to get in deep conversations. I like to talk my shit. I'm very smart. I like to read. I'm very spiritual. I like to be tapped the fuck in, okay? And yeah. And I be talking shit and having fun and having a good time. But yeah, so spirituality versus religion. Let's get into it. Religion. So first of all, let me give you a wide basis. Let me give you like a baseline of how I would explain it to be. Spirituality is asking questions. It's being inquisitive. It's asking why. Where did I come from? How do we interact with people? Why are things like this? How does this shape me? How can I do better? That's my dog, you guys. How can I do better? And religion was man's way of trying to answer something that they didn't have answers to. Simple as that. Coda. Please stop. Thank you. But yeah. So, religion was man's way of trying to answer the questions that we didn't have answers to. So why is religion so widely accepted then if spirituality is so much better? Now, I'm not here to tell you whether one is better or worse, because you can be religious and still be spiritual. However, most spiritual people don't need religion. You feel me? So we're going to get into it. So religion is widely accepted because about 50,000 years ago, you know, we started to try to tap in with ourselves, like, okay, well, where did we come from? How are we here? Why are we here? Blah, blah, blah. So people created, you know, these stories, these ideologies to give answers or reasoning, because we didn't have the scientific methods to know what we know now about the stars, about the planets, about, you know, energy and vibrations and all the things that we have now. We didn't have that back then. So that's when religion was made. Religion was made during that time when we were very ignorant and didn't know anything. And it kind of freaked us out a bit, you know, that we didn't know shit about ourselves or where we came from. So in that unknown from fear created religion. This is my opinion. If you don't like it, fucking put it down. Okay? Fear created religion. But also excitement kind of created religion. People's depth, wanting to know more, created religion. However, the problem with religion is, so it's created about 50,000 years ago. Now, over time, men, when I say men, I mean humans, have touched it and created it and shape-shifted it into versions that they want to kind of give parameters over how you should and should not live your life, over what is and is not right. So now we have all these different religious groups and all these different beliefs and teachings, because it's everyone's individual way of how they think you should live and what should be a happy life, or what a happy life or happy world or happy everything would be. And that is where spirituality differs. Spirituality is not a belief in type of like rules or anything like that. It's a belief in your own truth, in your energy, in your essence. It's you constantly trying to evolve. So I would say spirituality is based on evolution. It's based on personal development. It's based on collective development. Whereas spirituality is kind of, whereas religion kind of has us at a halt right now. You feel me? Like, after all this time, nothing has changed. There's no new ways of living. And that's why I like spirituality so much, because there are no rules. There's no, like, blocks, because nobody's living the same life out here. We all live different lives. We all have very different experiences. So how can a religion just be tailored to us when it's not our same experience? You feel me? So spirituality gives you that reign to kind of explore yourself and explore the world and get inquisitive about your life and get inquisitive about your existence and your capabilities, your potentials, what's after this, what's outside of this. Spirituality is that question, you know, or a series of questions. Now, spirituality looks very different for everybody. Whereas religion, you'll have Christians, most Christians look the same. Catholics, the same. Muslims, the same. You feel me? Spirituality, each individual's practice is very different. No one person's practice is the same. And spirituality is every day. It's an all-day thing. It's not a show up to church on Sunday or read my Bible at night. It's a constant way of living intentionally. It's a constant way of being tapped in with yourself, of being tapped in with the universe, of being tapped in with the essence and the beauty of life. So that's what spirituality is. And it gives you that freedom to explore yourself in all realms, in all capacities, and not be limited to one thing. So now, the biggest question I get is, like, we talk about spirituality, but when we see spirituality, a lot of people are associating it with the different spiritual methods, like how there's tarot and there's astrology and there's, you know, angel numbers, and there's all types of things, past life regressions and Reiki and crystals and energy healing and all these things, right? So people kind of get confused, because then they start to think, they're thinking with that program mind, that religious mind of, oh, which one do I fit into? Which one am I supposed to do? How is my journey supposed to look? But your journey is not supposed to look like anything but your journey. It's going to look exactly how it's supposed to look for you. And that's not going to be the same for everyone. You can be very spiritual and never meditate a day in your life. You can be very spiritual and never pick up a deck of tarot cards, never pick up a crystal, never do any of that. You can be spiritual without any of that, with just solely being tapped into yourself. However, these things like meditation and crystals and all these things, these are things that are in our physical realm that we can use to enhance our experience, to keep us focused, to keep us zeroed in on our intention and why we're here. Sorry, y'all. I'm hungry. My dog's under the table trying to eat the food that I dropped. Oh no. But yeah. So, when it comes to these different modalities like tarot or astrology or anything like that, you can explore whatever. You're not stuck in one realm. You can be eccentric. You can fucking explore herbs and crystals and tarot and astrology and use it to your own benefit, or you can use none. You feel me? But spirituality is your own. It's tailored to your own experience. It's whereas religion gives you the belief that there's a higher power or a God outside of you. Spirituality instills in you that you are a part of that, and it's not outside of you, it's within you. Because you're a part of God. You're a part of Source. Not apart from. It's not a separate entity. And to me, the reason why I kind of backed off religion a whole lot, I'm going to give you guys a whole backstory, but another big reason, along my journey that I realized is that religion had tried to, box me in, but tell me I was bad, but then also tell me that God doesn't make mistakes. But me being a lesbian female, it was kind of like, well, if he don't make mistakes, why would he make me to be a mistake if you guys are telling me I'm going to go to hell, right? And it's because they were basing it off of ideologies that were to suit one person, that were to suit one person's agenda, one person's ego. And that's really kind of what religion is. It was to suit someone's ego, and they have followers that kind of tapped in. Now, mind you, I'm all here for anything that helps you believe in something. I just think the highest belief is going to be the belief in yourself, because the belief in yourself is the belief in God, because God created you. And if we take something out of the Bible, it said you were made in his image, and that's something that was used across the board, that you were made in the image of Source, that you were made in the image of the Creator. If you were made in that person's image and you are placed here, you also have a part of that within you. And of course you do, because you're here creating your own little world, creating your own little universe, your own little galaxy that you live in and you navigate around every day. So, in fact, you were created in the image, and you are also here with that source energy, with that power within you. That's how you're able to manifest. That's how you're able to create out of thin air. It's because you have that power within you. And I believe that's why I was so disconnected with religion, and I wasn't able to tap in like I am now, because I had this belief that this power was outside of me, and I felt like I couldn't reach it. It was like, oh my God, there's this higher thing up there. Like, please help me, come down, help me, help me, help me. Like, where are you? Why are you forsaking me, right? But what we don't realize is God is within us, so that means that he never forsakes us. Sometimes it's us that forsakes ourselves with the choices and decisions that we make. Because we are essentially our God. When we talk about Judgment Day, when we talk about only God can judge you, that is also saying only you can judge you, because only you hold you in your suffering. No one else holds you in your suffering, whether you did something right or wrong. You have to look at yourself and judge yourself and say, this is how I'm going to feel about this. This is how I'm going to correct it, or this is what I'm going to do, or I'm just going to sit in it. But no one can make you feel that way. Even if everyone has an opinion about you, your judgment about yourself is how your emotions are formed. It's how you feel about you. So when we talk about Judgment Day, only God can judge you. Yes, only God can judge you, but you are that. Only you can judge you. Only you can say what path is right for you. Only you know your truth. Only you know your purpose. Only you know all of these things. And that's what spirituality gives you. It's an everyday. It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle to be intentional, to be tapped in, and to choose yourself. And spirituality is it is the highest belief in yourself, in one person, the highest belief in God, in energy, in source. Because to be spiritual is to never try to label, to never try to box in, but to accept as is. And to me, that's what spirituality is. It marries duality, kind of like I said in my awareness video. Spirituality also marries duality, and it allows for everything, whereas religion only allows for certain parts. You have to cut off certain parts of you, even if they're really in your own nature, to fit into somebody else's ideology of what you should do or what should be right for your life. And to me, that does not resonate with me. Now, I do read some stories in the Bible, and I resonate with a lot of pastors and things like that. However, religion as a whole is not what I resonate with, because I feel like it's very ego-based and it's very egocentric. Whereas it's trying to label and box everything in, And spirituality allows me to be me in my fullness and my bigness, and also allows the universe to be it in its fullness, and for me to be able to understand and accept everyone in their journeys. You know, like, we get so fixated on, oh, being trans isn't in the Bible, or being gay isn't in the Bible, you're not supposed to do this, you're not supposed to do this. But what I truly believe is that Source put us all here for a reason. And this reason, because we will not evolve, because religion has not evolved like spirituality has. You feel me? Religion has not evolved, so it did not make space for the rest of the story. It only made space for the beginning. It didn't make space for the time where we come into this period when now genders are being questioned, when now we're talking about masculine and feminine energy versus masculine and feminine gender. You feel me? We're talking about energies now. We're coming into a space of like more vibrations, of higher consciousness. And religion did not allow space for that because it has not evolved with time, whereas spirituality evolves because it is based on evolution, on personal development, on the development of community. But yeah, so to me, that is the biggest difference between religion and spirituality. Spirituality is a constant question, a deeper understanding. And it allows space for that understanding to change. It allows space for that understanding to evolve. It allows space for that understanding to become more. Whereas religion only allows for one thing. And it doesn't allow for you in your fullness if it steps outside of those parameters, those parallel lines. And then you'll start to feel guilty about yourself and start to fill in these waves of, am I not good enough? Am I going to hell? No, because I don't really even believe in, in spirituality, there's no need for us to define a heaven or hell. There's no need for us to define devil or God, and that's why we call it Source. You feel me? Because you are a part of everything. You are all of those things. Your experience here is heaven or hell, depending on your decisions, depending on how tapped in you are, depending on how you experience it and how you perceive it. You can create your own heaven and hell. You feel me? Just as you are God energy, I'm going to blow your mind right now, you are also Satan energy. You feel me? You have both because there is no duality. Everything is, right? So you're God essence, but you're also Satan essence. Just like you have angel essence. You have all of these things. And your decisions and how you experience life and the decisions you choose to make. Like if you make a deceptive decision, then you're the devil in that situation. Unfortunately, and I don't mean to use it in that language, but this is the language that we have to explain these things. So you're the devil in that instance. When you do something that is positive, that is self-development, that is caring or nurturing for someone else, you're looking at it through your God lens. You're handling it with your God hands. You feel me? You're stepping into your God essence. But sometimes we make bad decisions. Sometimes we make ego-filled decisions. Sometimes we're deceptive towards people. We're manipulative. And that's your devil essence. And you get devil outcome and devil karma. That comes back on that. So you are both. Nothing is apart from you. And that's why people say you are your own worst enemy and your own best friend, because you encompass everything. And that's what spirituality has opened me up to realize. Spirituality has opened me up, period. Whereas religion closed me off to anything that was outside of that. Religion opened me up to everything outside of myself and within myself. It didn't give me no limits. There's no limits. There's no rules. There's no questions. I can be me in my entirety, in my fullness. So I invite you all to gain a spiritual practice. And I'll do another video on how to start a spiritual practice, or 10 ways to start it. And obviously, it's not linear, so you can do whatever you want. It can be however you want. But I will do another video on that. I told you guys, I get to talking and then I stop eating. I don't know why I'm like this, but it's like hard to talk and eat at the same time because I don't want to talk with my mouth open, but fuck it. But yeah. So that's the difference between the two. And we can talk about it. I'm open to talk about it. If you want to talk about it, you want to spit out Bible verses to me, let me give you a little background on me first, okay? Before somebody want to come up in the shits telling me that I don't know nothing. I grew up very religious. I was in Bible study. I went to Bible bowls. I did Bible competitions. I went to Sunday school every Sunday. I sang in the choir. I was a praise dancer. I taught Sunday schools. And for me, I was raised Christian. And I went to a Catholic church, so I went to Catholic church on Sundays. I dated someone that was Seventh-day Adventist, and I've also dated someone that was Jehovah's Witness. So I've had my fair share of things going on when it comes to religion. And that's when I started realizing, I started questioning, like, if we have one God, one source, why are there so many different versions of how we should be or what we should do? Or how come this Bible has more books, or how come this Bible doesn't? How come in the Catholic faith I have to confess my sins to a man when he's just as human as me? Why do I have to go through a whole ceremony to be a part of their religion? Why can't I just be? And I'm not bashing Catholics. I promise you I'm not. because I'm all here for it if it gives you something deeper to believe in. I'm just saying that's not what resonates with me, because I don't like boundaries. I don't like being confined. Like, in order for me to be me in my fullness, I need to be able to do that without feeling like if I do something, am I going to go to hell? No. I can experience hell, though, if I succumb to religious ways that have me shrinking myself. That can create a hell situation for me, or anyone else. So yeah, so those are the main things when I think of spirituality and religion, and the biggest difference within. And yeah, so that's that on that. That's that on that. But we can talk about it. But yeah, you guys, I've been on this spiritual journey for what, almost 5 years. And it's completely changed my life. It's changed the way I look at people, changed the way I handle situations, changed the way, like, everything. Like, I don't have any jealousy or hate in my heart right now for anybody. And I remember growing up, like, I just was so competitive and had so much jealousy and so much hurt and everything. I was quick to anger, and I always felt less than in the presence of other people. And it was always because of, like, just social conditioning and just thinking things were supposed to be one way. And that's why I loved when I leaned into spirituality and I really found it, because I found myself, because I realized nothing is one way, ever. Everything just is all over the fucking place all the time. But yeah, that's what I got to say about that. So if you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Because I told y'all, I'm going to get on here and I'm going to drop some gems. I'm going to talk my shit, but I'm going to drop some gems in the process. If you guys don't know who I am, let me introduce myself. Maybe this is unprofessional, but who gives a fuck, right? I said everything is. Nothing has to be one way. If you fuck with me, you fuck with me. And if you don't, then you wasn't supposed to in the first place. And I'm okay with that. However, my name is Cole Lawson. I'm a Los Angeles native, and I am a full-time writer and life coach. I specialize in resilience and spirituality, obviously. And yeah, and I don't play no games. I'm really with the shits, okay? Oh yeah. I would sit here and let y'all finish watching me eat my food, but I'm kind of done talking. So I'm just gonna, like, turn the camera off now. But I will say, I'm sorry, y'all can tell. Y'all, this is really what I do when ain't nobody watching. But yeah, this shit fire. This shit fire flames. Look, this is the best plant-based burger I've ever had. But let me know what other videos y'all want to see from me. What y'all want me to talk about? Because y'all know I can talk. We can sit here and talk all the time. Just let me know. Let me know what y'all want me to talk about, and I'll do it. And if you're ever in the same area as me, and you want to collab, and you want to do a video with me or whatever, let me know. Hit me up. We can do a thing. I like meeting people and talking to people and shit. But I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. Share with your friends that have been asking me about spirituality. Okay? And if you have any other questions about spirituality or any other videos on spirituality you want me to do, pop that shit in the comments, bruh. Let me know. What the fuck is that from? Out of the box? Anyways, I'm gonna get off of here, y'all, because I'm damn full. See you later.
Money begets money.
Still got my issues. Yeah. It's something in the air, I can feel it.